Away, Schaumburg and New Trier, and the tip won by the Trevians. Romy, Wazinski, Goodman, out for Sortel. Goodman into the paint, up and in by Bob Anderson. It counts, and the foul, possible three-point play. Anderson shoots a single and makes it. Semifinals of the Proviso West Tournament. Trevians have won 2 already to get here. Stolen by the Trevians on the errant pass. Sortel over to the side. No by Teddy Rowe. And back come the Saxons of Schaumburg, defending state champions, up and in on the easy spinorama layup. And the Trevian lead at a single point. Teddy Brzezinski. Well, here in the tournament, and stolen away. And a foul on top of it. And it appears New Trier has resolved at least some of the problems with the first quarter shooting. Up and in, counted, and the foul. Saxon lead is 3. Take that back 2. Another foul on the Trevians here. I take that back on Young. Inbounded. Or Young, rather. Boy, when he played in that last game between these two, he was a little itty-bitty little thing. He's gained a few inches here. Going to the net, no. With Sortel back the other way. Young goes for the long one. No. Put back attempt, no. Held in. Trevians have it. Anderson gave it to Wazinski, who gave it to Romy. James Romy. Young on him. An errant pass. Trevian turnover. To the near side. Cross to the far. Goes to the basket. No. Offensive foul. Reichel on Anderson, the pair of 50s. And Nick Nikitas up off the bench. Coming in. Sortel. Nikitas to Romy. From the outside, nope, by Sortel. Quickly back the other way. Underneath, yes, counted, and the foul. As the Trevians a little bit south. We start off this first quarter. Out of bounds to the Trevians. We do have a filter on our camera, but it will come in and out, so there'll be times when it's pretty red, and then you'll see it change during the course of the game. There's a long shot, no. Near side. Lewis Powell just into the game. Up and in by Teddy Rowe. Teddy Rosinski with the points. Up top. There you see it's changed again. Over to the far side. Here's the long shot. Yes. Count it. Up ahead for Lewis Powell. And a foul underneath on Danny Larkin, I believe.
Foul on 22, Danny Larkin. His first, team's fourth.
4:29 to play here in the first quarter. Up ahead to the side. Underneath, stolen by Larkin. Back come the Trevians. Looking for the backside, stolen away on the backdoor pass for Duda. Up and in on the other end. Up ahead, Nikitas. Goes the length, easy layup. Up top. Going for the three. Nope. Up over the top. The inbound. Nikitas. Gave it to Romy. Romy gives it off to Duda. To Danny Larkin. Back to Powell. No. And off of Trevian. Out of bounds as Lewis Powell got stuffed. Couple of substitutions. And we're ready. The inbound. Young behind the back. A bit sloppily. Now Young goes to the basket. Up and he had it stuffed by Larkin, I believe. Over to the side, Nikitas. Maybe it was Nikitas. Nikitas for three. Or make it for two. I think he had his foot on the line. Underneath. Up. No. Had it blocked. Got his own rebound. Stepped on the line, though. Out of bounds to Neutrere. Well, the Trevians are a team that can put 10 players really on the floor. Lewis Powell gave it back to Larkin. Nikitas, cross court. Duda underneath and through the hands of Nikitas. I mean, this is not a team that's going to have a bunch of players that are, a couple of players that are going to be out there on the floor for the whole game. I think you're going to find a lot of rotation, which means you're going to have a lot of fresh legs out on the floor during the course of the game. And you get in a close game, the possibility of having fresh legs. Stolen away. Underneath. And yes, by Lewis Powell. And the lead cut to just one. Schaumburg up top. Schaumburg with the lead in the ball. Underneath. Up and he hit the bottom of the backboard. Got in a little too tight. Here's Nikitas going back the other way. Count it, and the foul. Minute 50 left to play. Trevians have the lead now. (13-12). Nikitas at the line. And Nick Nikitas puts it home. I mean, you'll find on this team for New Trier, you won't find anybody out there scoring generally 20 points. You might find it once in a while. But you're going to find a lot of guys in double figures. 3, 4, maybe even 5. A foul on Josh Goodman. And New Trier has begun showing that they can play with the big guys. Up over the top, no. Taken down by Lozinski. Back to Sortel. Teddy Rowe. Underneath, dish off. Yes, by Josh Goodman. And the Trevians expand the lead a little bit. Underneath. Whoa. Foul on Goodman. Much to the anger of the Trevian faithful over here on the near side, but it was on Goodman, not Sortel. Up and count it, and the foul. Teddy Rowe with the foul. Already the Trevians have been called for 7 fouls. And the bonus is good. James Romey. Dished off. Anderson. No, traveling. Tried to go to the backside when the front lane was closed off to him and forgot to dribble the ball. Up ahead to the side, back top, underneath, no. Try again, no. And taken down by Teddy Brzezinski. Quickly ahead to James Romey. Romey to the near side, Lewis Powell. Powell with the ball. Just a couple of seconds and broken away and stolen back the other way. A couple of seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Into the paint. Got the lane and easy layup through the paint. Josh Goodman gave it to Teddy Rowe. Teddy Rowe gave it to James Romey. Romey. Lewis Powell. Bob Anderson back to Lewis Powell. And they say he stepped on the line. And forward and back. One second remaining here in the first quarter. Up and good at the buzzer. And we'll be back with more in just a moment. And off we go to the second quarter of this one. Schaumburg with the basketball. Up top on the rotation. To this side. Going for it. Nope. Loose on the floor and thrown out ahead. Brought to the near side. Nice little razzle-dazzle here. Going for the 3. Well short. And taken by Nikitas. Nikitas over to the far side. James Romey. Romey In for Brett Sortel. Sortel out high. Sortel drives the lane. Scoops it up, no. But he drew the foul. Trevians down by 3 as we have started the second quarter. Trevians down by 2. Well, actually, all things considered, New Trier has a pretty good shot, as it now looks, to get into the Sweet 16. Of course, stranger things have happened. You're talking about this in January, not even January, in December, in real time. There's a basket by Danny Larkin. And the Trevians have taken the lead here. Nope. Foul on Romy. We're in the bonus. But as New Trier's now playing, they now have to be given the odds-on favorite to win the Central Suburban South, based on how New Trier's playing and how Evanston's playing. Of course, you can't count out Niles West either. And the second one good. Up ahead for Nikitas. Up and in by Nick Nikitas. A quick one. Stolen away. Whoa! Ouch. Terry Coughlin. And Coughlin, okay, even stays out on the floor. He went over that rolling table over there, the end of the Schaumburg bench. Nearly stolen, up and in by the Saxons. Terry Coughlin. And looking at the sectional, New Trier at this point has to be favored to win the sectional too. Underneath and stolen. Intended for Danny Larkin. On the backside, it's good. And Trevian's going to take a timeout. 6:19 to play here in the quarter. And New Trier down by 4. Some of the crowd here today, sitting behind the New Trier bench. But simply because you're favored doesn't necessarily mean you win it. At least you forget last year, New Trier, one of the top teams. I think they may have even been number 1 and then had their teeth handed to them by York High School in the regional. Stolen! No! Second attempt. That's short. And now a jump ball, and that alternate possession will go to the Trevians. Sometimes strong arming works, sometimes it doesn't. Get it up to the basket. Teddy Rowe again with the long pass up ahead for Sortel. And he finally gets Brett. Sometimes scares the bejeebers out of you getting easy layups like that. Stepped out of bounds. Duda in for Rosinski. Again, the outlet pass. Romy dishes off. Going for the 3. No. Sortel. Missed that one with 3 and knocked out of bounds. Sortel got a big hand in it. Deflected it out of bounds. The inbound. Up top, traveling. I'm a traveling man, been a lot of places all over the world. I never... Mike Duda will inbound it. Duda puts it into Romy. Romy. Goodman. Up and in. Out ahead. Tried to put a head down and charge his way through. A little short jumper, no. And Goodman with the rebound. Back to Sortel. Nutrer doesn't have a lot of height. That may hurt them down the stretch. Oh my, nice little shot by Bob Anderson. And Nutrer on a little bit of a run here. From the outside for three, no. Taken down by Duda. Duda out ahead for Anderson. Anderson gets it to go. And the Trevians have suddenly sprung open a little bit of a lead here. .437 to play here in the quarter and the first half. Trevians now up by 4. The inbound, and Young brings it up. Back top, over here to the near side, back high. On the rotation, back again high, and stolen by Brett Sortel. Sortel gave it off over to the far side. Romy going for the three and hits it. And suddenly the Trevian lead is up to 7. Schaumburg has had trouble in this quarter getting their shots to fall. Underneath. Last touch by Bob Anderson out of bounds. And getting a little rowdy. Outside for the three, no. But the Saxons got the rebound, stolen again by Sortel. And another easy layup. And the Trevian lead up to 9. Inside, and the bump, and the foul. Trevians make a couple of more changes out there on the floor. They'll do that a lot. Gets the first of the one end. And the second as well. Inbounded to Lewis Powell. Lewis Powell dishes it off to Nikitas. Nikitas to Rosinski. Romy, yes. And the Trevian lead at 9. Back top, nearly stolen. Last touch by the Saxons, and it's Nutrer basketball. On the out of bounds. Romy to Rosinski. Danny Larkin being guarded closely. Romy dishes off. Teddy Rowe open. Yes, for 3. And Nutrer is about to bust this one wide open, I think. On the side. On the rotation to the far side. Brought over here to the near side, to the corner. And tries to drive. Whoops. Nearly stolen. Deflected. Now to the other side, going for the three. Yep. Pancratz for three. Lewis Powell. Teddy Rowe. Into the paint, short. Powell with the rebound and home. On the rotation to the far side, here's a little jumper, yep. And Schaumburg looks to have found its eye again. But might be a little late. Trevians up by a couple, about 10. Romy to Powell. Rosinski to Romy. Romy tried to shoot. No, he got fouled. Minute 17 to play. And Romy to the line. Gets the first. And the second. Saxons with the ball. Going for the outside three. Way heavy. And traveling. When he slid on the floor to pick that up. Much to the anger of the Trevians. Now again to the side. Up top. On the rotation to the corner. Inside underneath and off the fingertips out of bounds to New Trier. Yeah, Trier, a good defensive team. The only place where they will have trouble on the defense is if they ever come up to a team that strong underneath. For instance, Whitney Young with Michael White. I think Julian also created a lot of problems in that regard. New Trier, everybody about the same. There's nobody over 6'5" on this Trevians team. Romy up, no. Over here to the near side. Cross the timeline. Into the paint. Up and heavy. Put back, no. And jump ball. And Schaumburg Saxons retain possession. 25 seconds remaining to the first half. The inbound. Scooped up and in. Lewis Powell. Powell. Spinorama. Takes the jumper a bit heavy. And that's going to do it for the half. So the Trevians leading by 9. It's up by 8. Maybe New Trier's resolved their problems with that first half here. Inside, up, no. And taken down by the Schaumburg Saxons. Back the other way. Young up and in. Tony Young Sartle tries to drive up and no. On the floor and given to the Saxons. Back the other way. Again, Young up, no. Put back, no. Down on the floor, taken down by Teddy Rowe. Up for Romy. Romy dishes it off. Ted Rosinski from the outside, no. But he got fouled. And Ted Rosinski, no, they'll say maybe after the shot, must have been. Romy on the rotation to Goodman. Goodman to the far side. Sartle drives in and out, and the putback good by Josh Goodman. From the outside, yes, a little two. Sartle gives it to Romy. Now Goodman. This is off Sartle. Underneath. No, but the foul. And Bob Anderson goes to the line. Bob misses the first. Yeah, next week, big broadcast. And the second one good. Our next new broadcast. Sartle, no. The final game of this tournament for New Trier. And then the Evanston New Trier games, boys and girls. Drive the lane up. No, offensive foul. Anderson just stood there and driving to the lane, just got clobbered. New Trier is really coming together as a team. This is a sort of team where the players are somewhat interchangeable. Good players, but not great. Romy up, no. And New Trier is going to have to figure out how to do layups. Having a big problem with that. As Schaumburg cuts into the lead a little bit more. Sartle to Romy. Rosinski outside. Goodman for three. Short. And back come the Schaumburg Saxons. Well, now New Trier seems to have a problem also coming back in the third quarter. Whoops, a little traveling music, maestro. I'm a traveling man, been a lot of places all over the world. And it's New Trier basketball. Sartle. Romy. Goodman. Anderson. Back out for Sartle. Sartle jumper from the top, no. Put back is good by Bob Anderson. Out on the near side. Up top. Stolen by Brett Sartle. Romy to the corner. 4-3, yes. Goodman. And timeout taken. And the Trevians up by 11. 51-40. 4:23 to play in the third quarter. The semifinals of the Proviso West Tournament. I think New Trier is proving to a lot of people that they are not a bad team. I think the problem that when you go through the issue of scouting, And stolen by the Trevians. Up ahead, Sortel. No, it was blocked. Back the other way. Up, no. Again, the Trevians have it. Sortel. He's going to try and do it again. Up, and again missed it. Out of bounds. Last touch by Schaumburg. New Trier basketball. I think where everybody is sort of surprised about New Trier, and the reason New Trier is doing so well, there's a long one, a three for Teddy Rowe. That New Trier, unlike the 2000 team where they had a couple of players that were well known throughout the state, if not the nation, this team is a team, and there isn't anybody who's going to be known. And last touch by Nikitas out of bounds. It's Schaumburg basketball. This is a team that is a team, and everybody's got a role to play. Stolen again. Sortel, back top. Romy. Sortel. Over to the side. Here's the jumper, good, by Ted Rosinski. So we'll see. Oh, stolen by Sortel. He's going to try again, and this time he gets it. Schaumburg's got a lot of size. And stolen once more by Sortel. He's going to try once more. This time he got fouled. 58-42. Trevians with a 16-point lead now. Sortel goes to the line. No. Anderson comes out. And Larkin comes in. Goodman comes back in for Nikitas. And looks like Terry Coughlin is going to come in for Brett Sortel here. Sortel gets the second, and it is Coughlin coming in. Make that Lewis Powell coming in for Brett Sortel. Couple of steals in the quarter for Sortel. Little jumper, no. Taken down by Teddy Rosinski. Rosinski dishes it off to Lewis Powell. Lewis Powell on the rotation. Goodman. Up, no. Put back is good by Josh Goodman. Back out top. To this side. Cross court. Oh, close to traveling there. Back top again. And stolen by Lewis Powell right out of the hands. This Schaumburg team, very young team. A lot of graduates off that state championship team from last year. Up top to the side, underneath. Spinorama move up and in by Brandon Reichel. Coughlin in for Lewis Powell. Lewis Powell with a short jumper, no. Put back, no, but the foul. And Teddy Rosinski will go to the line. Teddy Rowe shoots a pair. Gets the first. And Mike Duda will check into the game. I assume for Teddy Rowe. That's been the standard substitution route between the two of them. It is. Once again. Up ahead, Neuter applying a little pressure on the ball. Here's a little jumper, yep. Coughlin gave it to Powell. Goodman for three. Nope, a little wide to the right. And a foul on Schaumburg, on Brandon Reichel. Sixth foul of the second half here. Up high. Powell to Goodman. To Coughlin to Goodman. To this side. Coughlin for three, yes. Terry Coughlin. And last touch by the Trevians. Trying to dish it off to the three shot on the outside. Now the inbound. And nearly stolen. Now a foul on, I think, Danny Larkin. It is on Larkin. 23 seconds left to play. Trevians lead at 20. First shot's no good. And the second one also. Lewis Powell. Powell underneath, and the pass broken up. Trying for that little give and go. Nikitas and James Romey check back into the game. Right to Nikitas, up and in. And the Trevians with a big lead here. As we wind down the fourth quarter, stolen. And the shot, no. And the Trevians lead by 22 as we go to the fourth quarter. Trevians up by 22. To the side, back top. Knocked away by Anderson, but the Saxons retained possession. Got in behind, nope. And now Goodman with the ball. Gives it to James Romey. Goodman. Goodman dishes it off. And last touched by Anderson. Out of bounds to the Schaumburg Saxons. Young with it. On the rotation to the far side. Back over here to the near side. Might have even been traveling. Didn't call it. Now the foul on Anderson. And a foul on Goodman. And Schaumburg will inbound. Back at top. To this side. Again high, going for the three, no. And this time, a reach-in foul. Trevians in the bonus. Goodman with the one-hand. Missed the first. Josh has run into a little bit of a glitch on his free throws. He's usually pretty good with those. Up top. And sent back out high. Rotation. Goes the lane up and no. I see no other teams can foul up easy layups. Sortle. Underneath. Teddy Rowe, yes. And quickly back the other way. Young to the side. No, over everything. Out of bounds. New Trier basketball. .607 to play. Trevians up by 24. Up ahead behind the... And Sortle. Behind the hoped-for pressing defense of Schaumburg. Into the paint. The jumper good. And a foul by Young. And James Rumey goes to the line. Rumey gets the first. And the second as well. In trouble, dished off. And push off, push by Danny Larkin. Trier and Evanston start up the 2000. Tough schedule New Trier has in January at the beginning. Then kind of lets up. There's a long three, good. In the second half until Whitney. No, who is it? I forget who the Farragut. On the 2nd of February. They've got Evanston, Niles West, and Thornwood in the early stages of January. Then they get two conference opponents that are from that bottom half group in Maine South and Waukegan. Then Farragut. From the outside for three, no. Then New Trier gets Peoria Central the following week. And I want to say Warren. Yeah, Warren. No, it can't be. Got to be a conference. Whoops, traveling by Sortle. In February, I'm losing track of my schedule here. Don't keep it in front of me during the course of the game. I really should, but I don't. And stolen by the Trevians. Duda to Rumey. Over for Sortle here on the near side. Back top. And again, traveling by Sortle. Couple of substitutions by the Trevians late here in the quarter. Okay, January 11th, Evanston. The 18th, Niles West at Niles West, then Thornwood at Thornwood. Free throw, first one's good. Then Maine South at Maine South on the 25th. February 1st, Waukegan at New Trier. Then Farragut at New Trier on February 2nd. Glenbrook South in Gates Gym at New Trier, and Peoria Central on the 9th. The 15th is the second New Trier Evanston game. Both of them, again, going to be played at Welsh Ryan Arena this year at Northwestern University. Combination of factors. First of all, isn't enough room anymore to hold those games at the high schools, and Northwestern being upset with the IHSA for not putting either the sectional where either of those teams are into Welsh Ryan. So it has been moved to the Gentile Center, the super sectional, and Evanston's Northwestern University allowed New Trier and Evanston to play their conference games, plural, there underneath in a nice layup. Romy. This is off for Powell, back outside for Romy, underneath, back door, and Lewis Powell got stuffed. And then the final week, I believe it's the final week, isn't it? Yeah. The 21st, that's a Thursday, Niles West at Niles West. I think New Trier Powell is putting all games on Thursdays that week because alternating years, New Trier has the boys swimming and diving at the school. Back top, Lewis Powell. Trevians using a little time here. Powell gets the first. In comes in comes Danny Larkin. And then after February 21st, of course, it's the playoffs. Into the paint, to the side. Tried to drive the lane, in trouble. Puts it up, no. Taken down by the Trevians. Mike Duda. Coughlin up ahead for Nikitas. Back for Coughlin. On the side, Lewis Powell. Nikitas, and he had his pocket pick. Back the other way, and now back come the Trevians. Lewis Powell. He'll slow it down. Give it to Terry Coughlin. Nikitas. Now Terry Coughlin. Dragging a little bit. And timeout New Trier. And the Trevians, minute 27 left to play. Got to put in some of the players haven't had a chance to see for a while. Trevians leading. Coughlin. Duda. Coughlin puts it back high. Busey to Hearn. Hearn back to Busey. Chris Busey tries to drive the lane up, and no, and the offensive foul on the end of that against Busey. Back again, top. Back high. And just 30 some odd seconds left to play. Foul on the Trevians. Missed the first off the fingertips. Busey. So the Trevians going to play for the championship of the Proviso West Tournament, it appears. And going to play the winner of the next game in real time. Last time New Trier got there was in 1988 against Thornridge. Whoops. Errant pass. Dykstra couldn't hold it. There's a 3 at the buzzer. And the final score, the New Trier Trevians winning it. 76-59, I believe. Final score. Hope you've enjoyed this game. Join us for more action. Those of you leaving us, hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. Those of you sticking around, more sports action coming up in just a few minutes.